Alright, 4.2, the real zeros of a polynomial function prep. Alright, so basically I'm prepping you for 4.2 for later on, alright, but I'm going to take you through the very basics. First of all, we're going to do something that we did way back in the day. Alright, we're going to divide two numbers using long division, and we're going to tell whether the divisor is a factor of the dividend. So just a little vocabulary lesson. Let's take this right here, this 8612 for number 1. That's actually the dividend, where the 4, that's the divisor. So basically they want to know if 4 is a factor of 8612. Right? And the way we're going to do that just for today is we're going to do a little bit of long division. Alright, so we're going to take 4 and we're going to put it into 8612 and just kind of see what happens. Okay, so remembering back in the day, you're going to say how many 4s go into 8? Well, 2, right? And then 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract 8 and 8, you get 0. Bring down the 6, right? Bring down the 6. And 4 into 6 is 1, right? And 1 times 4 is 4. And then we subtract again, and 6 minus 4 is 2. And then we bring down that 1 all the way down here like this. And 4 into 21, that would be 5, right? And 4 times 5 is 20, and subtract. And we get a 1, and then we're going to bring this 2 all the way down, and we're going to make that a 12. And how many 4s go into 12? 3. And 3 times 4 is 12. And when we subtract, we notice we get 0. That means the remainder equals 0. And whenever you're dividing two things and the remainder equals 0, that means one thing is a factor of the other. So at this point, I could say that 4 is a factor of 2153. I'm sorry, 4 is a factor of 8612. And the reason why is because our remainder equals 0. Alright, and if you want to be really cool and do some full-on explanation, we also recognize that, and I'm going to say this, also, ... 4 times 2153 equals 8612. Okay, so that's telling the whole story right here. But basically, they wanted to know this. Okay, we just gave a nice full explanation. Okay, so let's check number 2. All right, is 6 a factor of 1270? Well, let's take a look. We'll go ahead and set up our 6 and our big old division bar, right? And then 1270. How many 6s go into 1? None. So we got to move on to the next digit. How many 6s go into 12? 2. 2 times 6 is 12. Subtract 0. Bring down that 7. How many 6s go into 7? 1. 1 times 6 is 6. Subtract. 7 times 6 is a 1. Bring down that 0, and you get 10. How many 6s into 10? 1. 1 times 6 is 6. Subtract those, and this time we get a remainder of 4. So since the remainder is not 0, 6 is not a factor of 1270. Alright, so 6 is not a factor. And if they want a reason, it's because our remainder did not equal 0. Okay, so the question is answered, but we went a step further and gave them a reason for it. Alright, so it's this very basic idea that's going to help us do some division with our polynomials. Alright, and let's move on and see what happens when we try to do something like that.